Long before Columbus ever looked at a map, the Vikings were already sailing into the unknown, without compasses, accurate charts, or fear of falling off the edge of the world, because they simply assumed the ocean would figure itself out. Vikings were not just raiders with axes, they were explorers, traders, and master sailors who treated the sea like a highway. Their longships were fast, flexible, and terrifying to anyone watching them appear from the fog, guided by stars, sun, stones, and instincts that somehow worked better than common sense. Around the year 1000, Viking explorers, led by Leif Erikson, sailed west from Greenland, chasing stories of land beyond the horizon, which sounded suspicious. But Vikings loved suspicious ideas. They reached a place they called Vinland, a land of forests, rivers, and wild grapes, which today we know as parts of North America, specifically Newfoundland. Centuries before Columbus was even born, the Vikings built settlements, repaired ships, and explored the coastline, making them the first Europeans to set foot in the Americas. The problem was not discovery, it was staying. Vinland had resources, but it also had people. The Vikings, called Skrælings, local inhabitants, who did not appreciate unexpected guests. With helmets and swords, conflicts broke out, trade failed, and the Vikings decided that sailing thousands of kilometers just to argue with strangers was not worth the effort. So they left quietly, leaving behind ruins, tools, and one of history's biggest forgotten achievements. Meanwhile, Europe forgot all about it. Stories turned into legends, sagas, exaggerated details, and over time people assumed they were myths, because clearly someone discovering America before Columbus sounded impossible. Historians laughed until archaeology ruined the joke. In the 20th century, ruins of Viking buildings were found in Newfoundland, proving the sagas were real. Vikings really had reached the New World, but history had already given credit elsewhere. Columbus did not discover America, he rediscovered it for Europe, and wrote about it loudly. Vikings discovered it earlier, but failed to advertise, which might be history's biggest branding mistake. Their voyages showed incredible navigation skills, crossing open oceans in wooden ships without maps, using sun position, birds, waves, and experience. Vikings also reached Iceland, Greenland, and possibly beyond, proving that exploration was not about technology alone, but courage and curiosity. Vikings did not change the world with their discovery, because they did not settle long-term, but they proved something powerful. The world was bigger than people believed, and humans had already connected continents long before modern empires claimed credit. Viking discoveries before Columbus remind us that history is not just written by those who arrive first, but by those who stay, tell the story, and make sure someone remembers. Thanks for watching.